next. Let's go ahead and be very honest about what happened last night. I happened to get on social media today, and I'm very active in it on some Facebook pages. And I was watching people as they were talking about exactly what they saw and what their opinions were. The one that really struck me out of everything was a Facebook post. It actually happened on my page. Somebody had put it over there, where they said that what we saw last night seemed to be a recently divorced couple who were actually arguing in front of the Little League group. Their kids were there, but they were having the fight right in front of everybody else. I thought that was really kind of close to what happened. At least it seemed that way, because it was a no holds barred, seemed as if two people who just don't like each other, which of course, as we all know, sometimes happens in those divorced cases, who just wanted to go at each other and drag each other down in the mud. As a matter of fact, Politico today, the headline, 29 more days in the mud. Then again, that might not be a bad thing. All right, I talked about a boxing match earlier. Welcome to the fray then. Here is our ringside judge for today, including, don't forget, your phone calls at 1-877-NEWSMAX, 1-877-NEWSMAX. He is veteran political consultant, conservative strategist, former law professor, who actually, if you think about it, probably has a whole lot of law to talk about right now. Christopher Metzler joins us here in the studio. Christopher, good to see you. Welcome in.
My pleasure. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. I'm fabulous because, let's face it, we had 90 minutes plus of excellent entertainment.
Yes,
last night to go
did.
out. Is it not fair to say, before we just get into the whole meat and potatoes of what happened here last night, that what we saw was, in the annals of debate history, pure entertainment? At the end of the day, this was not about politics. This was about getting people excited, anger. I mean, I could actually see people throwing cans and bottles at the set last night.
Yeah, you know, it was, for me, a three-ring circus. All that was missing was Barnum and Bailey. Maybe Barnum was there, but that's a whole different story.
But why? Why is it, in your opinion, that Americans want this? Let's face it, it gets great ratings, but we've all talked about the history of debates in the last several months here.
Yeah.
Gone as far back as, of course, to Nixon and the sweating. Yeah. We've talked about all that, the different things. Why is it that we want this?
Because we live in a reality era. As much as we say that we want to talk about the issues, we really don't. We want to talk about the soap opera. We want to root for our guy or our gal. That's pretty much what we want to do. We really don't want to talk about the issues because that's not as salacious. It's not as sexy. And so we come up with this whole thing of, yeah, let's talk about the issues. And then we get to what are the issues we talk about, the ones that are not relevant.
But shouldn't we, though, at least spend some time? I understand that we want to be entertained, but shouldn't we at least, as an electorate, spend some time considering the issues at least and making sure that, and I'm not picking sides here, but whoever your candidate is, making sure that they at least give us a little bit of meat in between the potatoes on what they're going to do for us in the next 4 to 8 years.
Well, yeah, I absolutely think that we should. So a couple of things for me. Number one, as you said, I don't care what side you're on. You need to really understand what those issues are. But I think we've gotten to the point where, oh, that's too complex. When Trump did an exceptional job last night about talking about the tax code and specifically how he would work on the tax code, I thought that was absolutely masterful. But then you had people on the other side saying, well, yeah, but he doesn't know that much about the tax code. How does he know what Warren Buffett did pay or didn't pay? And it's like, you know, listen to the substance.
Okay, isn't it fair to say, though, in that substance, and I'm going to try to be fair to both sides here, in the substance, that when Donald Trump said Hillary Clinton wants to raise the taxes on Americans, he's wrong.
Yeah,
because
he's wrong.
He's flat out wrong, because she said that she does not want to raise the taxes on people who make $250,000 or less.
Correct. No, he is absolutely wrong on that. But what I'm saying is that his particular piece there on talking specifics was, I think, very masterful. And I didn't think she could really catch up with that.
I got one call, but I'm going to hang on to it now. I want to make sure, if you want to join us, 1-877-NEWSMAX, 1-877-NEWSMAX. Rick, you're leading off. Hang on, I'm going to get to you in just a second here. Let's get your opinion here, though. Let's look at the polls that came out today. In the CNN poll, there's no doubt in their mind, Hillary Clinton won the debate 57 to 34%. Again, remembering that CNN is seen by many to be left-leaning, whether or not they are.
Right.
That's just the way that it's perceived.
Right.
In the YouGov poll, which is considered to be a little more fair, you have Hillary barely winning the debate 47 to 42%. Some of them have him winning monstrous. Others have her winning monstrously. What's your take?
Well,
what happened last night?
Here's the thing. So what happened was, and I think this is the one time that Trump really needs to thank the mainstream media. What happened is...
Stop, please. Don't go there, Christopher. You're going to destroy everything.
Because I think what they did is they did this setup of him. He's going to implode. These things, he's going to lose his mind. He's going to do all of these kinds of things. And so when he didn't, people said, oh, not as bad as I thought it would be. So there was that giant setup that they did and did him a favor. I think that's what happened. And also I think what happened last night is I don't think Trump gained any supporters. I don't think Hillary gained any supporters.
But did they lose any? I don't think either one of them lost any.
I don't think they did. So I think, so to me, you know what last night looked like? To me, it looked like a primary debate. It looked like they were trying to hold on to their base. That's what it looked like to me.
All right, 1-877-NEWSMAX, 1-877-NEWSMAX. Get involved here with what you saw last night. First of all, let's go to Rick in Buckeye, Arizona. Rick, what did you see last night in the debate?
Hi, Ed. Nice talking with you again.
You too.
I'll tell you, I really thought, you try to be fair on that. I thought Hillary won the first debate, but I actually thought Donald won last night. He looked a lot more presidential. I think he kept his cool. And we got to some more of the facts than what we did in the first debate, I believe.
What do you think, though, Rick? And I want to ask Christopher this, but Rick, I want your opinion on this. Politico and others, they went out and they fact-checked last night. They found Hillary Clinton was wrong twice. They found that Donald Trump was dead wrong 13 times at the debate in what he said. Does that have any effect on you? Should it have any effect on you?
No, it really didn't. In fact, our paper here in Arizona today, the state paper, put it down that Trump won last night. And we talked to a few people. We were at a restaurant this morning, and a lot of them all thought that Donald Trump, had the better debate last night.
Were you a Donald Trump supporter before the debate last night, Rick?
Yes,
Okay.
I was.
Then did this change your mind at all in any stretch, anything at all?
No, we've been supporting Donald all along, but I really thought he was showing a more of a presidential side last night. I was happy to see the outcome.
All right, Rick, thanks so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. 1-877-NEWSMAX, 1-877-NEWSMAX. I got about 2 minutes before we break out of here, so let's get to this. Sure. The leaked audio that was the big issue that was talked about last night, where he talked about with Billy Bush of Access Hollywood about certain things about women. Let's go ahead and run a short clip. Here we go.
I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people. Certainly I'm not proud of it, but this is locker room talk.
He did apologize. Let's get right down to it. But there were many people on the Republican side, a lot of conservative strategists, who said he needs to be contrite. Was he contrite enough?
No, he was not. And first of all, he needs to get rid of this locker room talk, locker room banter.
That's not an excuse.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
I've been in a lot of locker rooms in my life.
It's not. It absolutely is not. And frankly, dude, you were 60 at the time that this happened. So locker room talk, locker room banter, I thought that he definitely needed to be more contrite. The stunt at the beginning of bringing in the women from Bill Clinton's...
You just called it a stunt.
Yes.
Some people said it was the right thing to do, but
No.
other people believe that it was all wrong, especially when you consider, we're going to talk about this after the break. He said some things about Paula Jones years ago,
Yes.
and he had her in the audience.
Exactly. So I did not think that was smart strategy at all. I thought it was a stunt.
So, quick, before we take a break, does he just need to, in a case like this, I said it, I'm sorry, let's move on.
And
Walk
that's
away
the
and shut up.
thing. Move away. Move away. There's nothing to see here. Let's move away.
Because if you're sorry about something, it's okay. America has this great capacity to give people a break. Just say you're sorry and stop.
Well, and here's my thing. I mean, I've been around this business long enough to know if there's one tape, there are others.
Funny you should mention that, Christopher, because we're going to talk about that very thing. Join us at 1-877-Newsmax, 1-877-Newsmax, because there have been things that have been said overnight. We'll talk about it next with you on America Talks Live.